I want to talk about some mental shifts I want you to make before you start your weight loss, your fat loss, your fitness journey. Even if you started the journey already, I want you to implement, I want you to add these mindset shifts. And this came about because I do work with perimenopausal women. And in one of our coaching calls this week, one of my clients, she was talking about, she realized she had to put in the work of working out and get help, but she didn't really understand the mental shift that had to be made. And we spoke about that. So also, if you're interested in the program, I'm going to put the link below so you can schedule your call for us to chat to see how we can work together. I've often said this. I think a lot of women, when they're ready to start working out, they think that the hardest part is the working out. The working out is the easiest part because when they work with me, it is 30 minutes a few times a week. The hardest part is everything else that happens outside the mindset. So I'm going to tell you some 3, maybe 4 mindset shifts I want you to make in this year, 2024, and going forward, so you can definitely nail your fitness goals and keep it. Because the mind, we can do everything else, we can do the workouts, but when we haven't changed this, we're going to be in problems. Because I'm learning, and I've learned that to get changes, we have to change who we are. You have to change who you are, and that change starts here. Number 1, I want you to view fitness, fat loss, if it's losing 5 inches, if it's losing 20 pounds, I want you to view it as a journey and not a destination. And I say that because on a journey, when it's a destination, you get there, you get to the 10 pounds and boom, that's it. When you leave your house, let's just say you're driving from New York to Florida. When you get to Florida, 25, 56, or day or drive, whatever. I'm making up an address. Boom, that's your destination. You're there, you've arrived. I find a lot of women treat their fitness, their fat loss journey the same way. It is not. And I say it is not because when you lose that 10 pounds, you stop, you're going to go right back to where you were, and you're going to gain even more. If you lose the 5 inches and you stop, you're going to gain it back. So you have to view it as a journey. You're going to hit that milestone, but then you got to continue, or else you're going to be right back where you started, and you're going to feel that all the work, all the time, everything you have put in up until now is a waste. And you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to be like, why should I do it again? So that is number 1. View it as a journey, not a destination. Next up, I want you to also make the mindset, get out of this all or nothing mindset shift. What that is, you feel that you have to give up everything you enjoy doing. You feel like you have to give up going out to eat with your friends, with your families. You feel that you have to eat clean 100% of the time, that you can't have a glass of wine to drink, you can't have chocolate, you can't have those things. I'm Jamaican, so one of my guilty pleasures is beef patties. Like, if you tell me I gotta give that up, girl, bye, right? Because anything that is too restrictive, you're not gonna last, right? So when you're making these changes, make room for dining out. Like, I tell my clients, I want you to dine out anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. I want you, and stop looking at it as a cheat meal. It is not a cheat meal. Cheat has such a negative connotation. You're having a meal. That's what it is. It is a meal. The minute we start categorizing things as good and bad, treat in this, you always want to treat yourself. Nutrition is important, and you got to eat clean 70 to 80% of the time, but still have that glass of wine, still go out to drink, because you still got to do life, right? You're going to have weddings, you're going to have graduations, you're going to have birthday parties, you're going to want to go out. You still have to live in the meantime. So make sure you're making room when you're creating your plan. Make sure you're still incorporating fun. Like, whenever I dine out, you best believe give me them wings, give me them French fries, right? I eat differently out, but I also know that this is not how I eat at home. And also, do not feel guilty when you have those things. You have it, you enjoy it, now what? Carry on, you ate. You see what I mean? So make that mindset shift. Get out of the all or nothing approach. Similarly, with the all or nothing approach, think you have to go to a gym. The women who work with me, they work out at home. They create like a little gym area in their home with 2 to 3 sets of dumbbells, 30 minutes a week. It does not, you don't have to leave your house, and and they don't train 6 days a week. You don't have to train 6, 7 times a week. This all or nothing mentality is one of the reasons why, you don't last, because you go so hard so fast, and then once life happens, then you kind of fall off the wagon and you feel that that's the only way. Another mental shift I want you to make is it is the habits. And I know I've done a few other YouTube videos where I talk about habits. I'm definitely going to make sure I link the one to Atomic Habits where I reference it, because it is our habits. Our habits dictates our success. Our habits dictate where we are now. Our habits dictate where you want to be, right? So if you have not gotten that into your mind, if you have not made that mental shift that I got to make small habits and go through with them, identify what those habits are, identify them, and actually executing them, because it makes no sense if you simply identify them but you don't execute them. Nothing's gonna happen. It's important that you execute them, that you follow through with them, right? It is important that you make those habits, that you start implementing them, because without those habits, you are not going to last on the journey. Without those habits, that's when the all or nothing mentality comes in. And I've seen it so many times where it does not last. So I did a few videos already where I spoke about habits. I'm definitely going to link it, because your habits are important. You can't save $10,000 if you don't start making habits. Some of those habits could be change how you're spending, change where you're spending your money, change how much you're saving, right? So same thing with your fitness journey, same thing with weight loss, same thing with fat loss. You have to change habits. You got to make sure, if you're having lots of sugar, like juice, pop, coffee with sugar, you got to start scaling those back, replacing some of the juice with water. If all your meals you're pulling up to the drive-through at any drive-through restaurant, you have to start changing those, because those are habits. So, something that I do when I work with clients is we go through their current habits and we come up with a realistic plan that can be executed to swap out those bad habits to good, healthy habits. And one of the biggest mindset shifts I want you to make is I want you to think of this as a lifestyle. I promote and I'm an advocate and I speak about it because you are making a lifestyle change. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is why the yo-yo dieting don't work. The quick fixes, the skinny tea, all type of those things don't work, because you haven't gotten it into your mind that you need to make a mindset shift, not a quick fix. So a healthy life that you have to make a lifestyle shift, not a quick fix. So the lifestyle, recognize that it is going to require work. The lifestyle entails that, it's not all or nothing. The lifestyle that entails that if 3 days a week is all I can do based on my schedule, but I can maintain that for another 6 months, the consistency, it is about making the lifestyle shift. And as I said, understanding these going in and making the necessary changes is something that you're definitely gonna appreciate and see, because too often women, especially at the top of the year, which we are still at, make these goals, but a proper plan wasn't there. They didn't realize, oh, I have to do these things to get there. Do you know what I mean? So I want you to prepare mentally for those things. Let me know which one of these tips you're gonna implement immediately, and any other mindset shifts that you have had to implement in the past and how it worked for you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and check out my podcasts. It is linked below. All right.